horizontal abduction. I've got to get her against gravity, so we're going to be in supine. I have to flex her shoulder for the abduct her shoulder out to the side for the starting position, and I need to flex her elbow, okay? So we're going to do horizontal abduction first, adduction first. Okay, so in this position, I'm going to have her try to move her arm across her body towards her opposite shoulder. So I'm going to just lift up and pull across. So she's pulling against gravity, okay? And then she's going to bring it back. All right? So she was able to go through full range. So I'm going to bring her up so that her arm is like this. So it's straight in front of her in a flex position at 90 degrees. Once again, I need to stabilize her shoulder. So I'll stabilize from this direction just so that Ryan can get it on the camera. Technically, I would come around from the other side, but I want you guys to be able to see. So I stabilize mid-humeral shaft. I'm going to try to push her back down towards the floor. Try to rotate her back out. Ready? Hold, and don't let me move you. Hold, hold, hold. Good. Okay? Maybe 4+ out of 5. A little bit of wavering, but not too bad. All right, if she were in this position out here and she were able to get to here and I were to apply resistance and she were to break and come out, what would that be? 3, good. If she gets to here, so if we're going here, this is where it gets a little gray, but she comes almost up to here, I would go with a 3-. If she only gets to about right here, and of course you always have to check passive. When there's a limitation, you always check passive, okay? And I'm passively able to get her to here, then what do I have to do? So she's less than 50% of the range, but she's able to go against gravity. What's my next step? Passive motion, correct, and then gravity eliminated. What position do you think gravity eliminated would be? Sitting or standing? Good. I'm going to have you sit. So I'm going to have you go ahead and sit up for me. Have her sit in this chair. And this time I have to support her up there in that position. So I'm going to have her up like this. Okay? Now you can even get under here and she can palpate while you do it if you want to. Okay? And I'm going to have her go ahead and try to reach across her body. Good. So she just went through full range. What muscle grade, if we were to tag it on to what we just did, what muscle grade would she get? 2+. Right, 2+ out of 5. Good. Now, if she wasn't able to do any motion in supine, I would have to go ahead and bring her up here and test her. She's able to get full motion, so I'm going to ask her to go ahead and reach across her body. Good. I'm feeling the contraction under my fingers, and she went through full range. 2. And if she's only able to go to here, or if she's only able to go to here, what would that muscle grade be? 2-. If she's not able to get motion, but I'm holding her here, I'm going to palpate. What muscles perform horizontal adduction? Anybody? Anterior?
Oh, sorry. What motion?
Horizontal adduction.
Anterior deltoid and
Yes.
pectoralis major.
And pec major. Good. Good job. Okay. All right. Any questions about horizontal adduction? Moving right along, we're going to do horizontal abduction, and that is done in prone. So I'm going to have you lie down on your tummy. And this time, the arm is going to come out to the side and kind of rest off the mat. Once again, we're going to have her flex her elbow. So that's the starting position. Okay? And what I'm going to have her do is try to just bring her elbow up towards the ceiling. So we're not looking at what's going on at the scapula. We're just making sure she can bring her arm up like that. So there she goes. Good. Okay, so we're going to bring her back down to neutral. I'm going to stabilize her glenohumeral joint. I'm going to push at mid-humeral shaft towards the floor. I want you to hold and don't let me move. Ready? Hold, hold, hold. Good. This one's always a little harder, guys. It's about a 4 out of 5. It's always harder. And you don't want this to hurt. Okay, so if they have experienced any pain, you stop. Okay? So, if she were able to go up to here and I were to go to push down on her and she gives, what's that? A 3 out of 5, good. If she only goes to about, let's say she comes up to about right here, what's my next step? Passive, bring her on up. Okay, so she went more than 50%, but not through full. What's that definition meet? 3 minus out of 5, good. If she only goes to about right here, what's my next step? Passive. Bless you. Passive range of motion, good. So she was able to go through full range, so I gotta get her up. Back in the chair. Since I did this arm, I'll stick with this arm. So we're gonna bring her back up like this. So for this motion, so we're doing horizontal abduction, I've gotta start here, okay? Now I'm gonna have her try to bring her arm back towards me like this, and I usually demonstrate this. Okay, so I have her bring it out and back. So she went through full range. So that confirms my 2 plus out of 5. Okay. If she wasn't able to move her arm at all in that prone position, I would bring her up into this position. Get some cracking going on there. Same thing, I'd have her try to bring her elbow back towards my stomach, bring it on out, good. That would confirm a 2. Okay, and anything less than your shoulder, pop it here or here. Anything in between here, she can just move it a little bit and gravity eliminated. What's that? 2 minus out of 5, right. If she can't move, and if you notice, I'm supporting her, but I'm also palpating while I do that. So what muscles am I palpating? Muscle. Posterior deltoid. Good, good. Okay? All right. So there's horizontal abduction, horizontal adduction, and we also did regular abduction. 3 more. Let's practice those.